Dr. Basalira. Very good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. This morning, I am very pleased to introduce the topic of the day, which is unlocking value in Uganda's agricultural sector, where we are going to hear from Mr. Emmanuel Tushabe, who will be sharing the story of SeedStar, SeedStar specialty coffee. So, ladies and gentlemen, you'll agree with me that agriculture makes immense contribution to our economy, where we have agriculture contributing 24.1% to the GDP, employing 72% of the workforce, generating 35% of export earnings. So that means agriculture has the potential to change this country. Of course, the narrative has been that the sector has an untapped potential, commodities are sold raw, and value has been captured elsewhere in the global supply chain. So most of the time we have the people that are doing agriculture in this country not fetching much. But the narrative is changing. We have companies that have gotten into value addition, they're innovating, and they've strategically positioned Uganda's produce on the world scene. So, in other words, it is possible that we can move beyond cultivating crops to adding value, cultivating or creating opportunities, creating wealth, and building sustainable livelihoods right here in Uganda. And that's why we have our speaker, Mr. Tushabe, coming to share with us how they've done it. So Mr. Tushabe is the founder. Mr. Tushabe is the founder of SeedStar Specialty Coffee. He has over 15 years of experience working in this company, and he's certified in project management. He has managed a number of projects, especially to do with coffee, ensuring that certification of high quality coffee beans. He was awarded by the NSSF High Innovator $20,000 in recognition for his innovative contributions to the coffee industry. And through his work, he has transformed lives of farmers, of smallholder farmers in Bulumbuli, and that is in eastern Uganda. He's very passionate about the coffee value chain and its potential to improve lives of smallholder farmers. Mr. Tushabe would like to invite you to make your presentation and share with us your journey so that we can learn from it and then also go and make a contribution in the agriculture sector. Over to you. You have 40 minutes to make your presentation, and thereafter we shall have a question and answer session. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Diana Ntamu. Thank you so much, Dr. Edith. And to the listeners, good morning. I am Emmanuel Tushabe, founder, SeedStar Specialty Coffee, located in the eastern sub-region. To be specific, this is Mbale region, and we operate in the district of Bulambuli. Before I go further, I might forget, I would like to appreciate Dr. Diana and the entire Entrepreneurship Center at MUBS for their input in the far that I have come. I went through the center, and I was trained in a number of issues. And so I really want to appreciate them so much for the work they're doing and changing the country by supporting the entrepreneurs. Thank you very, very much. Yes, you might want to know who the speaker is. Born in Isinjiro district, that is former Mbala district, to a cattle keeper. hopes were not really there at that time that I'll ever make it uh, in the business, especially the agribusiness. My work was just to look after cattle at that time, and really, I didn't have so much dreams. I remember the only dream I had was to one day make it in Kampala. But I thank God that through the journey and through the years, I've been to get where I am. But you might be there and maybe you're wondering, uh, how has this gentleman walked this journey? Maybe things were very okay. Maybe he was born to, wealthy family, and I know that. I would like to let you know that the journey has been long. It's been a lot of ups and downs. Dropped out of school at some point just because of lack of school fees, and so I had to go back to the business of, looking after cattle. After some time of, being out of school, a well-wisher helps me to get through school, and I get back, get a job, and I start paying for myself up to the level of a diploma. But the journey has not been very easy. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've tried a number of businesses here and there. Like I would do about 5 businesses and I would get it wrong. I would lose a lot of money until when I got a job to work with a leading coffee exporting company. That to me, it was God sent. I joined the company. I didn't know anything about coffee. I had never seen coffee before. My first time to see coffee, apart from hearing about it, was in that company that I was like, oh, this is what they call coffee. So the journey begins then. I work with the company for over 15 years. I got involved in a number of things. I started in the company as a tally clerk. I rose through the ranks to a manager, to a certification manager. I managed an organic project in these various areas of this country, in Chiboga, in Masaka, in Nebi, in Bale, all these coffee growing districts. I've been there working with farmers. And so you might ask yourself, how does Emmanuel get into coffee farming? My story begins with an old man by names of Mzee Kayanja. Mzee Kayanja is the late right now, but he was in Chankwanzi district. So Mzee Kayanja brings his coffee to the company where I worked as a manager, and the coffee was really, really poor. The quality was so poor, and so the coffee had to be rejected. So when the coffee was rejected, I could see pain in his eyes that he was not able to get the money he had come for. So the gentleman carries his bags and walks back. By the company standards, you're not allowed to buy substandard coffee. So I look at him, and in my heart, I have a lot of pain. I wish I had more powers. I would really do something for this gentleman. So that thing stuck in me. And that is how the story of SeedStar begins. We began SeedStar just out of that. And with all the knowledge that I had acquired, I was like, no, there must be something. We must educate these people. We must work with them to ensure that, they know what they are doing. So the story of a SeedStar begins with that kind of story, because at the back of my mind, I was like, okay, is there something that can be done to help these people? They have gold, but they don't know how to process this gold so that they can make profits, they can make yields out of it. So in 2019, uh, at when COVID was beginning, is when this idea comes in me. So I moved to Mbale to find and start SeedStar Specialty Coffee. That is how the journey has been. And you might ask yourself, like a number of people actually have this thinking that there is no money in agriculture. Actually, when you talk about peasants, you talk about the poor people, you talk about people who just dig to get something to eat. And so, having worked with these people, having worked with the farmers, I came to realize that if we added value, or else if we train these farmers how to take care of their farms, how to process, if we have offered them mechanized equipments, they can make something out of it. And of course, I was also looking for an income as a person. So I was like, how do I get into this business? How do I help these people? But at the end of the day, I also make an income. So like I've told you before that I managed certification in the company where I was working before. So this gave me an audience to interface with farmers, to know some of the challenges they are going through, and also to understand that there was gold in coffee, just that it was not unlocked. It was covered and needed someone to dig down deep and find it. So, especially the area of Chiboga, the coffee at that time wasn't really tendered. So people would just go to the gardens and just pick coffee and go. And then they would come back at the season when they're harvesting and pick. And then there was nothing really on ground when it comes to, managing the farms, pruning, weeding, mulching, putting manure, all that wasn't there at that time. And so we got involved in it, but that was after realizing that there is wealth in coffee. There is wealth in farming, and not only coffee, a number of things, a number of agricultural products that can actually be added value, and then you make money out of it. So you ask yourself, I have land, but how do I make this land productive? What can I do with this land? You know, the Baganda have a saying that Enkumbi telimba, and for sure the people of those days had a lot of wisdom. It is in COVID-19 when everything was shut down that I came to realize that actually the richest people are the farmers, because at that time, for them they had work. At that time, they would go and tend their farms. For them, business was as usual. And then the farmers are the ones that were supporting this country. It's the only sector, especially in rural areas, that people would make money. All the other offices were closed, but you'd go in your garden, cut a matoke, bring it on market and get money. You'd go in your garden, pick coffee, and make money. I remember driving from Mbale to Bushenyi when everything else was locked, but I had a permit to move because I was involved in agriculture. So you might be there and you're asking yourself, is it possible that actually I can use my piece of land, I can plant something, and I'm able to get money out of it? Coming back to our point today, unlocking value in Uganda's agriculture sector. So the story of SeedStar is, we looked at this product, we looked at the coffee, and okay, what else can we do with the coffee apart from trading? Because trading, really, there's not so much money that you get out of it. But I looked at what are other things I can do around coffee, that I can, add value on it, that I can what are other revenue streams that are around coffee? We had to start by, educating people. Some of the farmers we interfaced had actually never tasted coffee. They grew this coffee just to make an income, just to sell the coffee and get money. But they had never thought that actually, instead of going to the shop and buying tea leaves, you can actually roast your coffee from your farm, from your garden, grind it even locally. You can grind it locally and you make a cup of coffee just from the farm to the cup. So we had to, put in a lot of, time, a lot of training to these farmers, because also wanted that as we add value to this coffee, also we needed a market where we are going to sell this coffee. So I will share briefly about about you know, the value addition. Maybe you are here, you're listening to me, and you're involved in a, you know, different kinds of agriculture. Maybe not coffee. You know, matoke farmer, you passion fruits, you know, you oranges, you know, we have a story here in Teso where, you know, the farmers bring together their fruits, and the fruits are processed. We even now have powder from, you know, oranges. We have powder from mangoes. We have powder from pineapples. That is value addition. And so you're a farmer, and you're putting in a lot of money. You know, you're paying for the workers, but at the end of the day, where when you go to sell and try to compare how much you've put in and how much you're getting out, and it doesn't balance, and it has made some people to, you know, forget about farming. They're saying there's no money. Like poultry, people are saying, you know, there's no money in poultry. But have you thought about value addition? You know, have you taken time to understand the product that you're dealing in and add value to it to fetch more money? So I'll take you through some of the things that we do with our coffee. First of all, we have over so we are supporting about 500 smallholder farmers in the areas of Bulambuli. These are the people that we contracted, and we're working with them. We know them. We know their homes. We know their stories. We live with these people. We understand some of the challenges that they go through. And when time comes and they're thinking of selling coffee, we are the first people that come to their mind when it comes to coffee marketing, because unlike, you know, other companies, for us, we are there. We work with them during the season and even after the season. When the season ends is when we have time now to, you know, how was the season? You know, how much did you have before and how much do you have now? And it gives us, you know, bargaining power to, you know, to be able to get coffee from them. And so I take you through the process. We come in, of course. Now this is a harvesting time. We come in, we tell them, talk to our farmers how to pick the right type of coffee, the red cherries. We sort, and after that, now this is a stream. This is a revenue stream. That cherries. So you can choose to say, for me, I'm dealing in cherries only. There is money there. Okay. Now, from cherries, we offer pulping machine services. We have pulpers. Thank God for NSSF High Innovator. They were able to support us, and then we purchased two motorized pulpers, and really they are helping us a lot. So we have these pulpers that transform coffee cherries into parchment. Parchment, this is the next stage from cherries. And parchment, also the value of parchment is different from the value of cherries. Now we're talking about adding value. So the price of the cherries is different. So you can choose to say, okay, for those ones that don't really want to do a lot of work, they would harvest and say, me, I don't want to go through the hassle of, you know, pulping and drying. Maybe the weather is bad. Someone else should bear that burden, you know. But they're also leaving out some good amount of money. So that is one. Then you can move on to process the cherries to parchment. The price is different from parchment. So that is another income. We are talking about value addition and unlocking the gold that is covered, unveiling it, you know, so that we get to the money we're talking about. So from cherries, you've moved to parchment. Now from there, some people say, I don't want to, you know, to dry. It takes time. Now me, I want money at this stage. So some people sell at this stage, but for us, we move to our next stage, is where we go through the drying processes, and these processes are the ones that determine our speciality, because most of our customers really, they want to know, you know, where the coffee has come from which people, what processes did the coffee go through. So we have to ensure that this coffee is dried appropriately, and it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work because sometimes the weather is very bad. You have got to move the coffee from Bulambuli. You have got to get it to Mbale. You have got to find a place And so it is a lot of work, but a lot of work means a lot of money because here we are adding value. Now, when our parchment has dried, the price here is different. You can decide, say, let me sell parchment and get my money and I go back. But for SeedStar, we push it further and process it into green beans. You might ask yourself, green beans and coffee? Yes. After processing parchment, what comes out, the smaller beans that you see that are green, it is green beans. We call it green beans, and it's also a revenue stream. So you can also decide to sell at that level, or you can decide to say, let me also get more money and take it up to roasting level. So you do that roasting. All these stages, I'm telling you, we are unlocking value. All these stages, there is money there. So it is up to you to know that this is how far I want to go, this is how much I want to get, and then push on. It doesn't stop there. All these services, you can push it to milling, or call it grinding. When you grind it, it's different money. When you package it, it is also adding value. You're packaging it so that it is appealing to the customers. And so even at that stage, we are making money out of it. So the journey really is long, but I want you to look through to move with me from Isinjiro, a cattle keeper. I'm now in Mbale. You ask yourself, what is Tushabe doing in Mbale? Okay, so the journey has been long. The journey has been long. It has taken time. It has taken doing a lot of mistakes. Mind you, I don't want to create an impression that everything is everything is okay. Everything, the journey is smooth. The journey has not been smooth. A number of times I've thought about giving up. A number of times I've closed the office and I'm not going, with a lot of hardship, with a lot of trials, with a lot of of course, even sometimes the market environment is not very conducive. You buy coffee and the prices are different. All those are dynamics that we go through as we do the coffee business. But I can tell you that over the years, I've learned from all these, some of the mistakes before, and the mistakes have really been a learning process for me, so that at the end of the day, I get it right. So you might be there, you're an entrepreneur like me, and things are hard, things are difficult, and you're saying, no, I'm throwing in the towel. I remember vividly through the process of high innovator. One time I woke up, I told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. It was really a lot of work, but with determination and with encouragement from friends. No, at this point, you can't give up. Please give it another push. So with business, you have to give it another push. With business, you have to take the products on the market and sell at a loss. But all those are learning processes. But when you come back, you ask yourself, where did I get it wrong? How come I've not got what I wanted to get? So for me, just last 2 weeks ago, I am in Changsha attending a trade expo, and I'm here thinking, how have I gotten here? What am I doing in China? This is not the Emma from Isinjiro. But I'm telling you, it's been a lot of ups and downs. But I can tell you that with persistence, and with knowing what you want, and with knowing what you want to do, I told you that for me, I decided, after trying all the other businesses, I decided to concentrate on one thing. I decided that I would do coffee, because I had tried and lost money, network marketing, sijui Bitcoins and all those stuff. I really tried to make money and I got it wrong, until I said, okay, let me settle down to one thing that I understand. And I can tell you that it is paying. It is paying because I have a family. I'm a family man. I've not talked about that. I have 3 children, senior 4, senior 1, and P4. And I've managed to take care of them. I've managed to build for them a home. I have, like an African, family, I have managed to support a number of students. I have, my sister's son right now in Ireland doing masters, but he went through me. He went through my hands. I paid his school fees. So you might say, Emmanuel, you're talking, but can you share with us a few of the things that you've gotten from coffee? I have told you that I'm living in my home. I am not renting. I have my business. I am driving a car from Isingiro looking after cows. It has been because of coffee. Okay? It has been because of coffee, and it has all been because I am adding value. Trading, it can get you money, but value addition can actually fetch you much more money. I will be sharing, of course, some of the few photos to explain what I'm talking about. But I wanted someone. You were maybe in Kayunga, you in Busoga region, you're in Kamuli, you're doing business, things are difficult. Also find the right people. Get associate yourself with the likes of uh, Makerere, Makerere Business School. Come to the Entrepreneurship Center. Some people don't know about some of these things, but find out about some of these organizations that are really supporting the entrepreneurs. I really appreciate the work that Makerere Business School is doing. It is the only university in Uganda that is taking on entrepreneurs, and you know that entrepreneurs are the ones that making things happen in the country. They're the one driving the economy. So you're there and you're, oh, at this stage, how can I make it? Come to Makerere Business School, come to the Entrepreneurship Center. There are opportunities there. Find out, sit down, free of charge. We're trained. Free of charge, we're trained. I can remember vividly that my marketing skills and the packaging was improved at Makerere Business School Entrepreneurship and Incubation and Innovation Center. The packaging really, my packaging wasn't really that good. But when I sat with these people, they said, okay, we can do this. You need to package your product very well so that it is appealing, so that, people want it. People have to want your product. They cannot want your product when it is just there like that. You have to package it very well. People might need to know what is inside. Sometimes you have a very good product, but how you package it is different. How you package it does not attract people to want to know. As you enter a supermarket, the first thing that comes to your mind is packaging. You do not look at the product itself, but you look at the packaging. The packaging tells you about the product. It explains what is inside, and then you reach out on the shelf to pick the product. And the first thing you do is to look at the product. You turn it around and you want to read about the product. So if you're doing business and your packaging is not proper, you're going to lose out of money. Right now, we are supplying a number of supermarkets in Mbale and in Kampala. I was at Parliament just on Friday, to sign a deal about supplying coffee. But it is all because of how they looked at my packaging. And then they said, okay, let's have a look at that. They checked out my coffee and the coffee was very good. So my fellow entrepreneur, let us also mind how we package. Let us also mind how we bring our product to the market. If the product is good but is packaged wrongly, it won't fetch you any money. You know, it's like you put your products in the shop, and instead of opening it up for people to see, you close the shop. There's no way that product is going to get you money. Okay, so yes, we can make it in business if we do the right things. And the right things is understanding that what you do. First of all, some of us go into business and we don't really know what we're dealing in. How your friend is selling dresses, just because your friend is selling dresses, you also put in money and say, okay, let me also sell dresses like my friend is selling dresses. There should be a passion. There should be this thing that, makes you stand out in the business you're doing. And also you need knowledge. You need knowledge about the product. You need knowledge about what you're doing. You need to understand what are the challenges that I'm going to encounter while I do these businesses. What transport challenges are there? Like for us in Bulambuli, we realize that during rain season, it's very difficult, very difficult to navigate through. So we have to make plans. We have to contact transporters. We have to arrange which type of vehicles will be able to reach us there. At some point, we are using tuk-tuk because we understand the scope of the business, and so we prepare ourselves. Also, you need to know the market. Who is my market? You know, you're producing a product, but did you study the market? Did you study where you're going to sell the product? It is very important to note that, you're solving a problem. First, understand what are the challenges that people are facing. Is it a farming challenge? Is it, areas? Maybe the place is impassable. You need to understand the problem, and once you solve the problems of the people who consume your product, then you are able to get, market for that product. So before you do anything, first understand what is going to be your target, what's going to be your target, what's going to be your target market. Okay, what's going to be your target market? Which people are you producing the product for? And don't produce a product and just leave it there. A product is like a baby. You have to watch over it. You have to make sure that that the product is taken good care of. You're transporting it. How are you transporting? By the time your product gets to the market, what state is the product? Is it, if it is a perishable product, if it's tomatoes, make sure that you have baskets, you are cushion the tomatoes very well so that you get them on the market when they are okay. And also you need to know the time, you know, you need to know the time, take care of it, take care of the product, check the product, pick out, rotten tomatoes. You have to clean the tomatoes. You have to package them very well. You have to find packaging that is very appealing. Right now, we are, innovating of how to find, biodegradable coffee packs, coffee packs that are environmental friendly, because we realize that we also need to take care of the environment where we live. Okay, so you're producing coffee, but do you get feedback? You're producing tea leaves, but do you get feedback from the people that are buying the product? A customer came, bought your, whatever you're producing, they never came back. How do you track the customers? Do you have their contact? Do you have a book where they signed? All those are some of the issues, the things that you need to put into consideration. The product I'm dealing in, find out, call the customer. How was the coffee? You need to know. Feedback is very key. It's very important to get feedback from the clients, because they're the ones that give us business. So if the coffee was not right, at some point, I had a client who complained about a type of coffee that we had supplied them. And I thank God so much for that feedback, because it helped us to improve. I assume that maybe other clients also might have gotten through the same challenges. So we had to address the challenge. So you have to know, it's not all about getting people's money. It is about making sure that they get value for money. You're selling a product, but the person who has given you their money, do you take time to understand, are they enjoying the product? Do you call them to send them messages? Thank you for coming. Thank you for buying. Know how to treat the customers. And the people who work for us, the people who work for you do you take time to understand how they're treating the customers? Get feedback. It's very important. It will help you to scale your business. And also the other thing, some businesses are not scalable. You're doing a business, but you get at some point and you cannot continue because the business you're doing, it's not scalable. There's nothing more you can add to that. As in, you're going to do the business for 15 years and you're going to remain in that place. If you're doing a business, are there chances that you can take advantage of exporting that product? You are saying, Me, I'm dealing in tomatoes, but tomatoes, can I export tomatoes? I was in China and I was happy to eat Ugandan matoke. I appreciate the Ugandan community in Guangzhou. They are doing a lot of work. You know, you get a steaming matoke in Guangzhou because someone has added value to it, adding value by transporting it from one location to another location where it is scarce. And if I tell you how much we paid for the matoke, you will not believe it, because this person thought out of the box and said, okay, can I take the matoke to China? Can I supply the Ugandan community there? So look at where you are. Look at the product that you're producing. Maybe you're producing a lot in plenty, but there's a district that doesn't have. There's a district in Isinjiro, in Imbale here, we eat matoke from Isinjiro, and the price here is different. A bunch in Isinjiro during the season is about 1,000. In Imbale, it can go for 10,000, for 15,000. So let us look at some of those, issues around our businesses, that if you are in a district that is producing a lot and there's another district. At some point I was involved in the cabbage business, so I had to move cabbage from Mbale and took it to Arua because there is no cabbage in Arua. So you find what you're producing and also find a market for it. Okay, you ask yourself, how did you get to, how did you get to China? I was selected. I went to China on a sponsorship program because someone noticed the work that we are doing in Mbale and were invited. We were actually 3 people from the whole of Eastern Sub-region that got an opportunity to go and, and showcase what we do. It was an opportunity for me to meet the Prime Minister. I met the Prime Minister. I met the officials from Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Fisheries and Industry. I got an opportunity to meet a person that I was looking for a very long time. That is the commissioner in charge of crops and certification, the gentleman that is in charge of export licenses. It had become very, very difficult for me to, get through, but I had a chance to meet with him. I had a chance to discuss with him, and plans are underway for me to get an export license. So, my fellow entrepreneur listening in this morning, I don't want you to lose hope. Things might be hard, things might be difficult, but I've shared through the story. I've shared through how I came to get where I am, and it's all been because of, having a spirit that doesn't give up. I'll probably, when given the opportunity, share about a book that I authored. The book is called the Battlefield. So in our entrepreneurship journey, it's a battle. We have a lot of challenges. We have a lot of things that we fight with. Sometimes it is in your mind. Thoughts are there. You want to break barriers. You want to make it to some, but it's hard. But it will take not giving up until you achieve your goal. So I really want to appreciate. I want to appreciate each and every person that is live here. You're watching from wherever you are, from whatever businesses you're doing. I want to encourage you not to give up. To the person that was about to pack, and like things are hard. I'm not making money. Please revisit some of the processes. Revisit the way you're doing the business. Also find out what business you're doing. Maybe you're in a wrong business. Maybe what you're doing is not what you're supposed to do. Maybe you are doing something that you're not passionate about. You copied an idea from somebody and you're doing it, but it's not what you're meant for. Find that thing that you're meant for. Find that thing that you have knowledge about. Find that thing that you can associate with. Find a story around it, and do business in something that you can relate with. Don't just find anything, and just because you have money. Sometimes people get money, they have sold a piece of land and say, okay, let me go to Dubai. You go to Dubai and burn all the money. So take time and research about the kind of business that you're doing. Find out from the people that are doing it, what are the challenges, what are the opportunities, what's the probability that you'll make it. Okay, I took a product, and I mean because of information, because of packaging, and everyone wanted the product. You know, right now, I'm working on getting an export license to be able to take the coffee to China. At the moment, I have an order pending, a 20 feet container order, 20 tons order that is pending, just because I took a step, to advance what I do, take the coffee to another level, and so I'm waiting to export that container. The coffee is there. I have the product now I have the market. So what is remaining for me is to get to those people. In November, we are going for a Canton Fair that actually I'm encouraging some of our entrepreneurs. If you can apply for it, you have a product that you think you can market, please check out the Canton Fair that is taking place in Guangzhou and go market. China has opened its borders actually to all the 53 member states that are trading with China. Zero tariff on the products that they take to China. So find out more information, visit the Uganda Export Promotion Board and find out what are the opportunities that are there. Visit some of the offices that are in line with the business that you're doing and take advantage of the opportunities that are there. Unlock some of these opportunities. Unlock the value that is embedded in the product that you're doing. Find out what more can you do with the product that you're producing, and then your eyes will be open. We have a number of success stories on what I'm talking about. We have a number of success stories. We have the Teso Juice that is processing coffee, no, processing mangoes, and they're exporting the mangoes. So there's a lot of success stories around agriculture. And so right now we are advocating for commercialization of agriculture. We are telling our people that, stop, the things of, small farming so that you get small money, so that you get salt, so that you get sugar. Let us do large scale farming, large scale agriculture. And with large scale, of course, you need modern equipment. You need equipment to do agriculture on large scale. So value addition is the way to go for people involved in agriculture. Of course, value addition is the process that increases the value of a product. You have a product and you have to increase the value by making it more attractive to consumers and improving its marketability. It should be marketable. As you add value, you ensure that you're adding value to something that is marketable. Adding value means increased income. It means improved market access, enhanced competitiveness of the product, reduced post-harvest losses. Sometimes we produce and we are making a lot of losses. Check where are you losing money as you're processing. Food processing, converting raw agriculture products into processed food, such as, you can make jams, sausages, or even canned food. You're in tomato business, but you can actually pack the tomatoes. So all that food processing, packaging, you can do organic. A number of people really want products that are organically grown, where they have not used the, pesticide, where they have not sprayed, and they have used the local manures to grow, and there's a very good price for that. Also take in care of branding and marketing, creating strong brands and marketing campaigns to promote value on added products, packaging and the marketing. Where are you marketing is very, very important. There's so many opportunities. There's growing demand for processed foods. In most districts right now, people want, processed foods. It makes it easy. They want like the instant noodles, You make a product easy for the person that is going to consume it. Take advantage of export opportunities for your value added products. You are also in doing this, you are creating jobs for people. That is very, very important also, to know that what you're doing is giving people a chance to support their families. How many people is your business employing? It's very important to note that. How many people are you supporting? That we have young people on the street. How many people are you supporting? How many people are prouding in the fact that you're offering them opportunities to work. So in all the things that we do in value addition, there's a lot of opportunities. As SeedStar, we have people that we work with. We are supporting the economy. We are paying taxes. We are, you know, remitting revenue. We are remitting to NSSF. We are saving for people. So as you are doing all this, ensure that there are people benefiting out of it. Don't run a one-man show. Don't run a business. You're the CEO, you're the driver, you're the marketing manager, you're the quality assurance officer, you're the HR, you're doing everything. If you're doing this and you're an entrepreneur, my friend, chances are you're not going to succeed, because the day you're sick, the products will not reach the market. So ensure that you have people that are working with you. Find the right people. And also, we have people to inspire. You know, as you're doing the business, what are the people that are looking up to you? What are the people who are looking at you doing business and are saying, we also want to do?
Mr. Tushabe, this is your host, Dr. Edith. I request that you summarize in the next 2 minutes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Edith. Yes, as I wind up, as I summarize, I just want to give hope to the people. I don't want you to say, God, this man has gone through a lot of challenges. Me, I don't want to go through that. No, I'm not here to discourage you. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to tell a story that if I have made it, you can make it. Maybe for you are in a better position even to do things better than me. Take advantage of that. Take advantage from some of the mistakes that we have made and get it right. I want to appreciate, as I conclude, I want to appreciate MUBS Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Incubation Center for taking time and even thinking about us. We're really, really grateful that you can think about us. Us associating with you, it is not a small thing, and we are so appreciating. I want to appreciate the entire team, the manager, Manager Remy, of course, our administrator, Mr. Kahandi, Ronald, and the entire team, Josh, and everyone that has supported us at Makerere Business School, EIIC. Thank you so much, and we are so appreciative. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel Tushabe. Thank you for sharing your story and discussing the issue of unlocking value in Uganda's aquaculture sector. Your story is very important. Your story is very interesting and eye-catching. We appreciate you. Thank you for finding time in your busy schedule to come and discuss this and share with the fellow entrepreneurs about the story you've gone through. Yes, it's very interesting to listen to your humble beginning as you started. Your humble beginning, where you grew up in Western Uganda, looking after cattle. And at a certain point, I note that you even dropped out of school, but you persisted and went on to go get a job and try to find something to do so that you are able to pay fees for yourself. I would like to congratulate you for the journey and this how far you've reached. You emphasize many things, but allow me to also congratulate you on winning the award of the High Innovator and seeing how this has pushed you further. Thank you for encouraging us to add value in the agriculture sector and be able to earn better income, because I pick from your story that value addition means better income will lead to better earning and a bigger contribution to our country. You emphasize many things that you need. It is important for somebody to find the right people to work with. It is important to look at the way you package and brand your product. You should look for something where you have passion, knowledge about the product. I get excited when I look at how you started the journey of coffee, the story of the late Mzee Kayanja was also very touching. And this inspired you to go into that line, to see that you make a contribution. You've talked about many things. I will not mention them all here because I know we don't have a lot of time and people may have some questions to ask and interact with you further. I would like to thank you so much. And at this stage, allow me to invite Ms. Sarah Mirembe Lukakamwa to take us through Q&A briefly. Sarah, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Basalira. Good morning, everyone on the call. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Mr. Tushabe, thank you for the wonderful presentation. It was so insightful. Friends on the call, it's time for Q&A. Please feel free to raise your electrical hand or you send your questions in the Q&A room, or you can send us in the chat. But in the chat, people, Mr. Tushabe, they are appreciating your great presentation. Shayla said, great presentation. Myself, I'm a coffee drinker. Sat one day and decided to be taking this coffee that has a marvelous aroma every night, plus promoting my own boo-boo. Sometimes we also gift friends abroad to enjoy our very own. Thank you, Sheila. And then Rashid, very educative and eye-opening presentation. Thanks so much, dear MUBS and Mr. Tushabe. People are appreciating the insightful presentation that you've shared with us this morning. I cannot see any question yet. Please feel free. You can also unmute and then speak to us.
Hello?
Hello? Yes, please.
Do we have any questions?
For now, not yet. For now, not yet.
Okay. So of course, I appreciate the people that appreciating the program, but of course, I've not made it on my own. I've had a number of people that really have given a push. They've given me support. I'm not a self-made person. A number of people have supported me. Of course, my family, my dear wife, that at some point I have to leave and go for many hours doing work. So, and many people, friends, of course, the company that I started with, I cannot mention them here, but they have been part of who I am today. They have shaped me. That's why I was saying that, find someone who can help you push your dream. So there's some people that have really pushed me so to get where I am. And I don't think that I have reached even 50% of where I want to be. So I'm still learning. I'm still benchmarking. I'm still visiting people that are better than me, learning new things. And so you need to look at in the sector where you are. We have an association of players in coffee. And so we meet and talk about business, talk about different things. And so we keep learning from each other. So find a circle, find a peer group and attach yourself to it. Find the people that you're doing the same kind of business and associate yourself with them. Do not work in isolation as an island. We need each other. We need at some point. I have orders for products and I don't have the product, so I have to reach out to some of the key players in the same sector. I say, okay, I have a client, they need 10 tons, they need 5 tons. I'm not able to produce that. Can you produce it? So it's not competition in the business. The sector is so huge that you cannot satisfy it as an individual, but we need the corporate efforts for us to be able to work together. And so don't compete, really don't compete, but work together as a team. Don't look at players and say, I want to be better than them, and fighting this and that. Sometimes you're buying at higher prices because you want to beat your competitors, and at the end of the day you're working at losses just because you want to prove a point in the business environment. The competition will, make you to lose a lot of money. work closely with the people in your sector and also get knowledge from them. It's very, very important.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Tushabe, for that addition. Still, I cannot see any questions, but friends, feel free to send any question. We shall compile them and then share with them, with Mr. Tushabe. Because of the time, I'll end here. Thank you so much for logging on and also for sparing your time with us. Mr. Tushabe, thank you so much for sharing with us the wonderful presentation. Dr. Basalira, just a small one. We have a baby in the house, and that's Director Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Incubation Center. Dr. Dana Tamu, we wish you happy birthday. We thank God for your life and also for the good things he has done for you. Have a great day and enjoy your day. Back to you, Dr. Basalira.
Oh, thank you so much, Ms. Sarah Mirembe Rukakamwa, for managing the Q&A, and thank you very much for notifying us about Dr. Diana's birthday. Happy birthday, Dr. Diana. Let me also add my voice. We thank God for your life. Happy birthday to you, dear. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to appreciate Mr. Tushabe Emmanuel. Thank you very much for sharing with us your very inspiring story. I think people have picked out many things because you pick out very interesting aspects that have helped to enable you, add value, and be able to make a big contribution even to the people who you are employing, and you're encouraging others to do the same. You are paying taxes, and it's a big contribution to the economy. Thank you for encouraging us and giving us the tips on how best this can be done. Allow me also to congratulate you on your book you've written, The Battlefield. I'm sure one of these days we should invite you again to come and talk about that. We wish you all the best. I've also picked here that you are looking for an export license to be able to start on that order that you got. We wish you all the best in your success journey, and thank you once again for finding time to interact with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the top of the hour, so allow me to invite Mr. Kagaba to make his closing remarks. Mr. Bone Kagaba is a staff at Makerere University Business School in the Department of Entrepreneurship and Innovation. Is an academic staff, but is also an entrepreneur. Mr. Bone, please unmute and make your closing remarks.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Pleasure being here. Hope, Doctor, I'm being heard. My name is Bonnie, just like Doctor said. Yeah, Mr. Emmanuel Tushabe, thanks so much for sharing a very, very inspirational and insightful presentation and journey of your business. As a business school, we are very, very excited to get some real entrepreneurs like you to come and share. But my closing remarks are going to be anchored on of course, on the focus of the economy right now, because you know very well that the next 15 years, the economy of Uganda has been, set to move in what we call the 10-fold growth strategy. And that one is being anchored on catalytic sectors, where your sector of agriculture is actually number one. When you look at the ATMs, agro-industrialization, tourism development, mineral development, science and technology, I feel so joyed that, you're adding value. And of course, the sector of agriculture for the next 15 years is been earmarked to bring close to $20 billion US. Actually, they want to double the GDP of the economy every single year, and they are looking at moving the economy from $50 billion to $500 billion in the next 15 years. That is a bit ambitious, but with entrepreneurs like you, I'm very, very sure that the economy will definitely see that kind of target. At the business school, we are very excited, and we are excited to hear that you've been supported by the MUBS Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Incubation Centre, just like many others. Thanks so much for acknowledging that, and we hope that actually you continue more in the spaces of international, scenes, congs to the China's, market potential that you're tapping into, but also you need to tap into Europe as well. So because Europe is the biggest coffee take-up, I understand, of course, China has a big market, but also I want to see your products in Italy, in London, in France, in Germany, and then definitely you'll make it. Thanks so much for contributing to the economy. Thanks so much for finding time to come and speak to entrepreneurs who are listening in from the MUBS. From MUBS, we say thank you so much, and we are enabling the future. Bringing in practical entrepreneurs like you to speak qualifies our mandate. Thank you so much, Dr. Edith, for the great opportunity given to me this morning. Happy birthday, happiest birthday, Dr. Diana. Thanks so much. We thank God for your life and steering up the center and so many good initiatives you're doing and mentoring almost everyone that comes your way. Thank you so much, entrepreneurs. Have a blessed Thursday. Till next time, God bless you, God bless MUBS, and God bless Uganda. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bonekagaba, for the great closing remarks and for encouraging us to move further. I'd like to appreciate you. Thank you for attending this session. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me again to add my value, my voice to appreciate our presenter, Mr. Emmanuel Tushabe. Thank you very much for finding time, and we appreciate the knowledge you've shared with us. Very important and key important aspects that you shared with us. I know many people who logged on this morning have picked a lot of knowledge and highlights that can help them to push them further and get determination to continue with entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to appreciate you all. Thank you for logging on this morning. And allow me to remind you that you remember to log on again next week, same time, so that we continue learning and sharing together. I'll add my voice again to congratulate Diana on her birthday. Dr. Diana, happy birthday. Enjoy your day. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a blessed Thursday and bye-bye for now.
Gotta get up. You gotta get up and make a move. 'Cause the world will never see you until you do. No, they don't really care what you're going through. So you gotta show 'em, baby. You gotta show 'em the real you. You gotta give 'em what you got. No, don't let them say what you're not. 'Cause you are strong. You are wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can be perfect, baby. 'Cause nobody's perfect, darling. No, there's nobody in the world like you. You just don't know how you feel. And you know nobody knows how you feel. 'Cause everybody's got their own damn problem. So everybody's trying to find their way. And day by day, struggle in this world. You know you have to know. Just know if you're not alone. You don't always have to come all by yourself. I said it's okay to ask for help. People find, but they don't define. And you will find people Oh, how pretty inside you. People will find, but they don't define. You will find people who help redesign you. You are a work of art. Bet you didn't think you'd come this far. Now here you are. Baby, you are strong. You are wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons. And you can be perfect, baby. 'Cause nobody's perfect, darling. But no, 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 there's nobody in the world like you. You know that you can be perfect, baby. Nobody's perfect, darling. And just the way that you are. Just the way that you are. Yeah, that's right. Oh,